How long had you planned to take somebody before you actually got up the nerve to do it?
For that one? Or?
Yeah, for that one.
Well, that was... I think I got down there in the spring, and I think that was late summer when I did it. But I mean, I had been thinking about it for years, you know. Before that, I just never actually thought I would do it. And then once I left the area where I grew up and was in a new area, it seemed a lot more feasible, just because it was, you know, like nobody knew me. It was all strangers, and everybody was really friendly. And it just was like one of those situations where I just knew it would be really easy. So.
She saw your face. You didn't wear any disguise.
It was, yeah, no, I wasn't disguised. I was in my swimsuit.
Did you have to drive there, or was it close enough to where you were hiking there, or what?
No, that one was, I think there was access to it, but I think there was a gate. I think I had to park up on the road and then walk down to the beach to get down by the river, I think.
So back then, did you develop some type of kit where you had rope and...
Oh yeah, I had all that stuff with me. I think it was one of those beaches where they lock the gates at dusk or in the afternoon or something. And so my plan originally was, you know, to stay there all night, because I knew nobody would be going down, like driving down to that beach. Anybody who would be going by would just be on the river, and that was usually, by the time it was getting dark, there were only a few groups going by on the river. It was usually thinned out by then. So.
Is that when you'd say you started feeling a little bit empowered, getting away with that? Did you start?
Well, I wasn't sure at all that I got away with it. I was pretty paranoid about it for a long time.
Did you do anything in that one that, other than what you've already told us and how it ended, that you learned from that you didn't want to do again? Or mistakes that you made?
Well, it's just, I mean, yeah, no, I didn't make any mistakes, per se, but in my mind it didn't go all the way I was planning, so.
Because of the ending?
Yeah. Just let her live.
Yeah, and just because I didn't ever feel like I was really in control on that one. I guess I was too timid, like I wasn't violent enough or something, because she didn't.
She wasn't as afraid of you as you?
Yeah, she was, yeah. Kind of pissed me off actually later, like thinking about it, that I let her get to me, you know, kind of pissed me off.
Did you become more violent then?
Well, no, I mean, no, not unless I had to be, but I mean, yeah, if I just made up my mind that was never going to happen again.
Was she frightened?
Oh yeah, she was.
Can you tell us what you did to her? You raped her?
Yeah, I mean, I had her tied up. There were it was like one of those handicap accessible bathrooms that had the bars along the walls, and I had her tied to those.
How was she tied?
I had once around her neck to one of the bars, and then I had her arms tied out so she couldn't move really. Kind of over the. It had. I mean, it was like I say. It was just a remote bathroom. There wasn't running water or anything. There was just like an outhouse basically. I had like the lid of the outhouse closed, and I had her tied over that, like, on her stomach.
So she was facing forward on her stomach?
Yeah. But she. I mean, I was pretty young, and I mean, I'm sure she could tell I was fairly young, and so I think that's why she didn't take it maybe as seriously. I don't know. It was weird. It's still weird when I think about it.
What was so weird about it?
Just her reaction to everything was weird.
What was her reaction?
I think maybe she had either had something like that happen or had thought about what she would do. Or she just didn't seem like everybody else I took always seemed completely surprised, like they didn't expect it, like they had never even thought of a scenario like what they were in. And with her, it didn't seem like that. It seemed like she kind of knew what to say and stuff. And so, I mean, she was scared, but I think in a lot of ways she was more calm about it than I was, because I was, I was like, had a lot of adrenaline at the time. And, yeah, so after she just kept talking the whole time, like even afterward, just like it kind of talking like trying to reason with me, but also just talking. So it's like about random stuff. I don't know. It was weird.
Still trying to be your friend, or at least
Just
stay on the good side.
Yeah. It's like I remember she even asked me like weird stuff if I lived around there. Not like she was questioning me, just trying to be friendly or something. I don't know.
Back then, after you did this, did you go out? Did you feel the need to do anything else, like
No, I was.
houses or banks?
Oh. Well. Armed robberies. Most days that's better. Especially if it's like a small town. Like, remember the first one I did, I was freaked out, and but then once I got in there and actually was doing it, I remember one of the ladies at the counter, she was about the same age as my mom, and just the look on her face, I was like, I still think about that.
She couldn't believe it.
Not just that, but she was just terrified, you know, it's like, and I hadn't really done anything. It wasn't even like it wasn't that crazy of a robbery. It was just.
Where was that at?
That was a long time ago.
When was that?
I'm always surprised that as much stuff of that as I've done, it always crossed my mind that at some point somebody's going to have a gun. And I knew that like the whole time, and for some reason, like I kept telling myself, I was like, you really need to get a bulletproof vest, because one of these days somebody's going to have a gun. I just never did, I don't know.
Did anyone ever pull a gun on you?
No.
So how old were you with the first armed robbery?
I don't remember.
Was it before this incident or after? Or in Oregon?
Yeah, it was in Washington.
So when you moved to Washington? It was after you moved to Washington?
No, it was before I moved to Oregon.
But it was in Washington.
Was it a store or a bank? Sounds like a store.
Yeah, it was just a
Do you remember the name?
No.
Well, do you remember why did you do that?
I don't know.
Was it for money then, or still?
Well, it was for money, but
Do you remember how much money you got?
no, it wasn't very much.
What was the name of the girl that you raped?
I have no idea.
She didn't tell you her name. You didn't ask her.
Oh, she told me her first name was Leah. But
Say it again.
Leah, I think.
Leah.
Or Lena.
Lena.
Something else. Yeah, but she didn't tell me her last name. I didn't ask.